Matt from patdavidmusic. Thanks so much for joining us in this video review. A new guitar for me and a new guitar for Schecter for 2016. It is of course the Schecter 2016 Keith Merrow Signature Mark II. This is the second edition of his signature guitar. And yeah, it's the Mark II edition and it's 6-string version. You can get this in a couple different colors at the moment. I chose the natural color because to me it just looks absolutely stunning. So enough of my rambling. We're going to go through every single detail of this guitar. I'm continually, every time I play it, just blown away every day. Let's start the video, guys. Let's get into it. So let's start with the body, guys. So as you can see, very, very highly flamed and highly figured flame maple top there. And then on the back, you've got some swamp ash body wings. You've got a neck through design, which we will talk about in a little bit. Another cool thing is you've got on the back, you've got a really big tummy cut. So no matter where you're having the guitar, if it's really high, if it's really low, it's going to feel comfortable all the way down. And another great feature, hopefully you can see from this angle, is the forearm cut, which goes all the way around, which is again is borrowed from a previous Schecter model. And that's a lot of the great features on this guitar I really love, because they're borrowed from higher end guitars and ultimately just makes this just such an amazing workhorse. But I digress, let's keep getting into it. So let's also check out the neck. Alright, so let's talk about the neck. My favorite feature is, of course, the racing stripes. Now, what I mean by the racing stripes is the neck through design. So we've got maple, and then wenge, and then maple strip in the middle. So it's 5-piece, and again, it's neck through, so it's going to help with the sustain a little bit, and it's also going to mean the tuning is rock solid. So it goes all the way up there to the headstock. We're checking out the headstock there. We've got some locking tuners, again, which makes tuning really, really easy to do, and it helps maintain that tuning and makes string changes nice and quick too. If we flip around to the front, so it's a 25.5-inch scale neck. We've got a ebony fretboard, markers all the way at the top. On the side there, it's got a slight sort of natural looking binding, which brings the whole aesthetic together. And another cool feature that I've never seen in a guitar in this price range before is we've got glow-in-the-dark inlays. So again, there's a lot of features of this guitar that are brought down from sort of the custom level guitars, which is awesome. I tried filming the glow-in-the-dark inlays for you, so you can check it out. Very, very hard to film in pitch black. So if you can imagine those glow-in-the-dark stars that sometimes people put on like in the kids' rooms or something, and they emit that sort of faint, sort of neon green vibe, that's definitely what you're going to see here. So if there's no lights on stages, or if everything goes dark, then you can still see where you're going. So you've also got extra jumbo stainless steel frets, 24 frets, and just, it's a not the thinnest neck I've ever played. It's called a C-shape ultra thin. It's not the thinnest, it's definitely not thick by any means, but it's super comfortable. There's been some different brands of guitars where they've just been a little bit too thin for me. This definitely still feels like you're holding something solid without getting to paper thin. Final couple hardware pieces, guys. So we're checking out the official Hipshot bridge, string through all the way to the back there. Then you've got one volume control and one 3-way toggle. So the 3-way toggle goes from the neck pickup to the both pickups to just the bridge pickup. And you also have on the volume control, you pull it up and it's a coil split, not a coil tap. So you can get the neck, both, or the bridge as well. Just give slightly different tonal options and just make the guitar overall that much more versatile. the last thing I want to talk about, guys, is the Ernie ball compensated nut. I didn't want it just to be a throwaway statistic. I wanted to go into full details about why this is an amazing feature. So first off, it's an Ernie ball compensated nut that is only found on, you guessed it, Ernie ball guitars. It's only because Keith Merrow works with the Ernie ball team that he could find a way to get this amazing nut on a guitar that isn't something that's Ernie ball made. So you might be thinking now, alright, it sort of sounds like a big deal. What is it and what does it do? The guitar by nature is not a perfect instrument. Definitely not. It was invented decades ago, and if you've ever tuned up your guitar, you swear that it's in tune, and then you play a particular chord or a particular fret on a particular string, and it just sounds a little bit out. That's because the intonation isn't perfect. And the guitar, the nature of the beast, with a standard traditional guitar, you will never get perfect intonation everywhere. So what the Ernie ball compensated nut does is, you probably guessed it, it tries to compensate for this intonation issue, bringing every fret and every string in tune all over the neck. So it works hand in hand with the bridge and the bridge intonation adjustments, the dual action truss rod, the locking tuners, the string through, the 5-piece neck. Everything is a system, and it's just the absolute icing and cherry on the cake to have this compensated nut on this guitar. Again, just an amazing feature from a very high-end guitar brought down to this. Just makes this workhorse that much better. Another feature of this guitar is the recessed input jack. Again, just brings around the whole aesthetic, just makes it that more pleasing to the eye, and just brings down that high-end feature again. The final verdict, guys, for this guitar is go out and get one. Run to the stores, go out and play one, test out, find out for yourself why I love this guitar so much. There's so many high-end features that are brought down to make this such an amazing, I want to say workhorse, but it's so much more than that. As you can see, there's been a lot of detail that's been put in to making the guitar aesthetics really, really nice, to making it really jump out, pop out in videos with the satin finish, and just to make this really just look stunning. But then you've got the other features like the 5-piece neck, the dual carbon fiber truss rods, the locking tuners, the compensated nut, to make sure that this guitar stays in tune forever. You've then got so much work that was put in to designing the actual pickups themselves as well. Guys, just absolutely blown away with this guitar. Definitely go out and check one out if there's a Schecter dealer near you. I picked mine up from RNA Music, which I'll leave a link in the description below. Ryan from RNA Music is an absolute pleasure to deal with. Definitely send him an email or give him a call if you are interested in this guitar. From everyone at the Schecter team that designed this guitar, you went on to an absolute winner. Amazed. Could not be happier with this guitar. Zero regrets. And for Keith Merrow for designing this guitar, thank you so much for working so hard, because there's such a huge difference between the Mark I and the Mark II in everything. It just feels like a massive refinement. It's getting down to the next level now. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I'll see you all again. Bye.